All right, guys.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, Chris.
Thank you. You guys are both in some of my all-time favorite comedies. I love you both. So this is very exciting for me to get to talk to you. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you so much. Please list them all.
Well, first off, no. We don't have time for that. I only got 4 minutes. I got to get into this. But Party Down, the third season, is funnier than ever. I really loved it. I thought everybody had some really interesting trajectories as far as where they ended up over the last decade. So I was curious if either of you had any input on where your characters ended up.
No, that's all John Enbaum's creation. We trust him, and John, we trust.
Yeah, I would call John weekly and be like, I got some ideas, and he wouldn't return my phone call. So, but I think he landed in a great place without my ideas. But
yeah, no, it was great.
It's a great idea.
I bet you did.
Maybe for season 4.
Maybe for, hopefully, right? I'm hoping.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, right.
In another 12 years.
Right.
Now, oh God, we can't wait that long, I don't think. Outside of Ron and Constance, this got me thinking about, like, are there any other characters that you each have played that sometimes you just sort of wonder, like, what they might be up to?
No.
I wonder what the character from Role Models and Sturdy Wings, your character, I wonder what she might be up to.
I wonder what she might be up to after 13 years.
Yeah.
16 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wouldn't that be
Like, do you think Paula is still working at Smart Tech?
Oh, absolutely. And in the exact same outfit, frozen in time, and the co-workers and the people she's the manager of just keep coming and going, and she does the same thing where she takes the shyest one and sleeps with them and then, torments them and terrorizes them. And she's still into Michael McDonald, but who wouldn't be?
You're still killing out there.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of other characters, I was curious about this. I'm going to have this debate with my brothers, but which character do you think is a bigger dickhead? Rick in Wanderlust or Adam Scott's character in Step Brothers?
Oh, that's a great question. Wow. Rick in Wanderlust. I mean, Rick is a terrible, terrible human being to his family. So I would say I would give Rick the edge, although Adam Scott's character in Step Brothers is one of my favorite things, and he's got killer abs.
Yeah.
This is what I will say personally. I thought, like, I still liked you in Wanderlust. It took a whole season of Parks and Rec for me to like Adam again.
All right, fair enough. All right.
That's effective.
Well, he's a significantly better actor than I am, so I get it.
There's that.
Well, so between the 3 seasons of Party Down, there's been a lot of guest stars, and I was just curious, out of everybody over the entirety of the show so far, which guest star were you each the most excited to work with?
I didn't do the Gutenberg episode, but
yeah, I mean, Gutenberg was always special, because I just the movie Diner was a very important movie for me growing up, and I loved him as an actor, and so getting to work with him, Steven Weber for sure. You have got to check out the first season of Party Down for both Steven Weber. Oh, and then Steve is in the second episode. Yeah,
second season.
Yeah. No, that's the first season.
Steve Gutenberg. Oh,
I'm sorry, Steven Weber. So many Steves.
Yes,
we like all the Steves.
All the Steve.
Any Steve that was on the show, we love.
That's awesome, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time. I'm out of time, and I know you got a lot of people to talk to, but I really love the show. Thank you so much.
I enjoyed you the most so far.
Thank you, and don't look behind because somebody scary is behind you over your left shoulder.
Hi guys, I'm very excited to meet you. I thought you were each fantastic in this new season of Party Down.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. That you guys are coming into Party Down as the new kids on the block. So I was just curious, is it intimidating at all to join a series where everyone else has this long 10-year history with each other?
It is.
Incredibly. Yes, it is.
Thank you for acknowledging that. Yes.
I can only imagine, because I know that I hate being with friends like who know each other, and I feel like the odd man out. So being with people who are so funny, I can only imagine how scary that must have been. But you guys killed it. You were awesome. And I specifically, I love Lucy's approach to being a chef and how food should make you feel. I thought that was very interesting. So it made me what's a food that makes you each feel something?
Oh,
Doritos. make me.
What do you feel when you
What do
eat
they
Doritos?
make you feel?
I ride for Doritos. I love Doritos so hard. I have a t-shirt. I have earrings. I want to be on a Doritos commercial so badly.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's the perfect product. I also eat Doritos in a really weird way where my boyfriend has it down. I put the whole chip in my mouth, but I also make sure I put the side that has the most cheese on it, pressing my tongue.
Oh, that's how I eat it. So, and I actually like when I eat Doritos, I pick out.
Maybe everybody does it. Yeah.
It's got I pick out the ones that I feel like look like they have the most cheese dust, and I just kind of work my way down.
Right.
Yeah.
And so maybe that is the way to eat them. And my airport ritual is to get a Virgin Mary and a bag of ranch Doritos and nacho Doritos. And then I get off the plane and I am just salt.
I think we should clip this part of the interview out and just tag Doritos and post it.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's get their attention.
Will that give me like some kind of sponsorship? What is your favorite food?
I mean, that was an amazing answer. I don't know. I mean, like, mac and cheese makes me feel like I am home and wrapped in like 7 warm blankets. You know, I just feel at peace. It doesn't
Now,
matter.
is it like gourmet mac and cheese or like Kraft out of the box, like cheese powder? Like there's a difference.
Yeah, it's the real deal, homemade, home style. Gourmet mac and cheese is cool. You know, the fancy stuff is nice.
Right.
But you know what?
Breadcrumbs on top.
Yeah, like, you know what? I want to feel like somebody used a wooden spoon and make it, you know.
Now, Tyrell, I do want to know, were there any specific influencers who influenced your performance for Saxon?
There were some that were a bit subconscious, but like Logan Paul was one that I was like, yeah, I should.
I like Saxon way more than Logan Paul.
Yeah, that was my hope. That was my hope.
Guys, y'all were awesome in this. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. I really appreciate it. I love the 3rd season. Thank you.
Nice
Thank
to meet
you.
you too.
Guys, I loved the 3rd season so much. It's so exciting to talk to you guys. Thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that was I don't know where I've been. I'd never heard of Party Down before the Party of Down. Party of Down. Sorry,
We're changing the title.
Big fan.
I'd never heard of. I brought it up to my brothers, and they were like, "We love Party Down," and I was like, "How have I never heard of this?" So I binged the whole thing in this last week, and it's amazing. So
Good.
I'm a true believer, and I'm really hoping that you guys come back for a 4th season. And now, I found some of the character choices for like between season 2 and 3 and where they've ended up over the last decade to be very fascinating. Did either of you have any input on where your characters had been in that 10-year period?
I had 0 input. We let John Enbaum, our beautiful creator, writer,
Captain of the ship.
take the lead on that. Yeah, we don't get to say anything about that kind of stuff. I mean, I didn't.
No, I don't feel the need to. I think when you have someone as great as him, pointing everybody in the direction that we're going, it's easy to have confidence coming back. But yeah, it's beautiful having, I don't know. I think they gave you all but the last one. Mm-hmm. There's some spoilers that we're not allowed to talk about, but it ends on a really poignant note, I think, and hopefully we do get to come back and do a 4th.
Yeah, I hope so. I will say, I'm with comicbook.com, so yeah, I'm going to perk up at any reference to Spider-Man. Was that name drop intentional?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did you spend so much time with Mr. Parker?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
What? Were you in it or something?
What are you talking about?
Okay.
Now, between the 3 seasons, there was like a ton of guest stars. Out of everybody over the years, which guest star were you each the most excited to work with?
Oh, Steven Weber was great, and we were all excited even at the time with Gutenberg. Gutenberg was a big highlight, but like
So good.
having had I think Steven Weber was my favorite of our guest stars. He just brought so much. He just brought such an intensity to the show that lent itself so well to what we do. He was so great in it, and he like put tape on his eye. Like,
Yeah, he brought his
the
own.
way he looked. Like he was just so game for
he's just fun. He's just a fun guy to work with. And Gutenberg was great too.
I was really hoping someone else would say Gutenberg. I was
Of course.
excited about it.
Dude,
Everybody's gonna say Gutenberg,
he was everything we wanted him to be.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
except for Adam. Adam hates the Goot. Don't talk about it. They actually got into a fight on set.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah,
Big
big heroes coming into a room together. I understand how that happens. Now, Martin, I got to say this might be very obvious, but I absolutely love Tulsa King, and they announced the second season. So I just wanted to see if Bodhi's coming back for the second season.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
Congrats. That's so cool. I didn't know that.
Hey, I don't like to talk about it because I know how you get insecure, and you really were almost Bodhi.
I went up for Bodhi,
Yeah, you were this close.
and I didn't get it, but that's all right.
Yeah, I'm excited
who
to.
wanted it more? Did Martin want it more? Is that what happened?
He wanted it more, but I tried harder, which I know that doesn't make sense, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens this next season. It's all kind of up in the air, but I think they're getting into the writers' room soon. So
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. This is a real pleasure getting to meet you, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
so much.
I don't know where I've been. For some reason, until I got this invite for Party Down, I'd never heard of it, and so I binged the whole thing, and it's so bingeable. I loved it. And then my brothers, I was talking to them about it, and they were like, "I love Party Down," and I was like, "How had I never heard of this?" I don't know, but either way, now that I've seen it and I loved it, I think the third season was just as good as the first two. Watching them back to back,
No, wonderful.
The first question I have is, are you planning on a season 4, or did you plan this for just a one and done reunion?
I mean, we would love to. I mean, we love doing the show, and we had hoped to do a third season immediately after the second season, but they sort of changed the whole regime on us, and you know how that goes. So yes, we love doing it, and we'd love to do more, and that's kind of where we're at right now. So we'll just see what happens.
Awesome. I'm hoping for it. I can't wait to watch the whole thing. I haven't got to see the finale yet, obviously. So I was hoping. I was like, I hope it doesn't just close off where it's good to go, and we're not gonna have.
No, hope springs eternal for us, because we love the show, we love these characters and everything, and we're ready to take them to the bitter end. So.
Now, when you were in the process of figuring out where these characters had been for the last decade, did you have any back and forth with the cast about it?
Not really. We actually, when we finally got to, this place where, Starz was finally saying like, okay, let's give it a go. We just kind of immediately leapt into, figuring it out for ourselves and presenting them with something that, they would approve, basically, of like, here's where everybody's at. This is kind of what we think is going on. And then, we absolutely reached out to everybody and we're like, if we can do this, are you on board? And, fortunately everybody was, ready and willing to do it. And then we just kind of handed it, we're like, here you go. So,
right.
But I don't, there's no surprises. I don't think. Everybody kind of knows their characters pretty well. We're all very much on the same page about what we're doing.
Now, between the 3 seasons, there's been a ton of guest stars on the show. Out of everybody, which guest star were you the most excited to work with?
Oh boy. It's hard because, in the early seasons, when nobody even knew what the show was, we were just kind of getting people that were, friends of friends, and, people that we could, rope in kind of at the last minute or things of that nature. So, the one that I think that was the most interesting was just the way that Steve Gutenberg fell into that one episode where, our other producer, Rob Thomas, had worked with him on Veronica Mars and had just literally been email exchanging with him at the time that we were trying to break that particular episode. And he was just like, oh, what if we just asked Steve? So the fact that that kind of fell into place kind of, magically in that one little moment, and then the whole episode just kind of grew out of that was pretty exciting. But, a lot of great actors, J.K. Simmons was really fun to work with. And Jennifer Coolidge coming in sort of at the end of the first season when Jane got kind of pulled away was also just, really fun. And so it's one of the great appeals of making the show for us is the idea that we can, kind of try and have a field day with seeing who, what these fun guest star characters we can come up with that we can then try and get somebody to come in and just go crazy. I mean, think of like Steve Weber coming in and doing Ricky Sargulish's, getting out of jail.
I love that I love that your answer was Steve Gutenberg, because when I was thinking about like if I had been working on the show, I was like the Goot would have been my guy too.
Yeah, well, and just the fact that they'll come in with just such a great kind of openness to just like, let's just see what happens. And, he was absolutely that way and was really fun to work with and really just kind of, just threw himself into the character and everything in a really fun way. So it's, when it really clicks, it's really fun.
That's awesome. John, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. I really love the show. I can't wait. I hope you get to do more of them because I love it.
Oh, thank you so much.